Welcome to my channel Business and Investment Hub. Today we will be covering how to start a car rental business in UK. So stay tuned, smash the like button, hit subscribe and watch the video till the end. So let's jump into my screen. Okay, welcome to my screen. So how to start a car rental business UK. There are some key steps you have to follow. So let's start. The number one step is find your niche and know what is your unique selling point. If you are looking to start up in this industry, so the first thing is you have to know what is renting a vehicle or what is a car rental business, and you have to know that how people will engage with you and do business with you, or for what type of needs they need your services. So renting a vehicle generally involves a smaller commitment. The vast majority of customers will rent a car for a shorter term, usually for a business trip, a holiday, an event, or even as a replacement car while their own undergoes repair or maintenance. But That's not all. Leasing and renting come with very different financial arrangements too, and all entrepreneurs looking to tap into this market should be aware of them. Here are a look at some of these key differences. Leased vehicles typically come from car dealerships, whereas specialist car rental agencies are responsible for renting out vehicles. Many car leasing establishments will sell cars too, whereas most car rental agencies will not. Leasing a car can lead to a level of ownership on the customer's part at the end of the lease, whereas renting a vehicle involves no potential for ownership. Okay? Now, deciding your niche. Once you have decided whether you want to rent or lease cars, you will need to choose what is your niche or what is your unique selling point. In other words, think about for what purpose would you like to provide vehicles? What type of car would you like to work with? What type of customers would you like to provide vehicles for? If you do not want to start a business from scratch, you can still tap into the car rental and leasing market by buying into a franchise. This list of potential niches and business ideas might help you decide on what you would like to do. Transport and logistical services, leisure services, event services, corporate services, individual services. These are some of the niches. You have to know these niches before you start your business. So to start a car rental business, in UK, you have to first know your niche. So niche, I told you, are layer services, transport, logistic, event services, corporate services, or individual services. Individual services are providing everyday used cars for people who would rather lease or rent a vehicle than buy their own. Corporate services involve business trips, renting car for business trips or something, or meeting. Event services involve luxury wedding cars, limousines, etc. And layered services are those providing cars to tourists who are visiting your area and want to explore your city or your place. And logistical services are the one that you rent your big vehicles for logistics and transport. So now we are moving forward to the next step. All of these are key steps, so watch the video till the end. Okay, the next step is market research. You have to know your competition and you have to take notes completely. When it comes to deciding what your car rental business is going to do and how it's going to operate, conducting thorough market research is crucial to ensure you come up with an offering that can compete in the market by offering something unique. Okay, you need to look at who is already doing this in the area, look at the extras they offer, pick up and drop off, etc., and see if you can find something that you can do that or you cannot do that. Okay, business model for a car rental or leasing business. In order to set up a private limited company, one of the first thing you will need to do is register your business with Companies House. To do this, you must have one director and shareholder. There are different ways you can set up your business. So mainly in the market research, you have done who is your competitor, how he is doing, Then you know what is your business model. Either it is a sole proprietorship, partnership, limited company, or car rental franchise. So moving on to the next step. The next step is plan your expenses. Your biggest expense will be buying cars or leasing a car. The biggest expense you will face when starting your business is buying cars to lease or rent out. You will have to buy them outright rather than lease from yourself. You will have to buy them outright rather than lease them yourself. As Paul Griff of Stone Car Leasing explains, it is highly unlikely that you will be able to lease a car and then sublease it to a client. This is strongly frowned upon by most leasing companies and will also make you liable for everything. To save money on buying cars, it is a good idea to start with second-hand models. You can find these on websites such as Gumtree and eBay, or visit used car dealership in your area. If you are confident enough to start off with several cars, try visiting online used cars wholesalers such as CarCraft, Car Giant, and the Car People. So these are some steps you have to follow. That the biggest expense you will face is the buying cars. Now we'll move forward to the next step, that is car rental regulations, and you have to make sure you follow the law completely. In terms of legal regulations, while renting or leasing cars to customers, your priority must be adhering to product liability legislation under the Consumer Protection Act. In short, this means ensuring that all the cars you supply are completely safe to drive. While your car manufacturers are also responsible for this, it is a legal requirement that you do your part to minimize any risk to your customer safety. By warning customers about any potential risk that come up with the vehicle, constantly monitoring the safety of your cars, taking action to solve safety problems whenever they are found. To make sure your business adheres to this act, you will have to follow the Consumer Rights Act. Make sure each one of your cars is of a satisfactory quality. Accept your customer's legal right to return a car and get a refund, partial refund, replacement, or repair for it. Make sure the rental leasing contracts you draw up for customers are entirely fair and transparent. Okay, now after regulations, here comes choose a right insurance. You have to choose the right great insurance. A key business insurance policy you will need to look into is self-drive hire insurance. This is designed for companies which rent lease cars to customers who then drive the cars themselves. You will also need to insure the driver renting leasing your car. You will also need to insure the driver renting or leasing your car so they can drive it and get it insured against third party incidents and also any losses your business might suffer if accidents or damage happens. However, as mentioned earlier, you can have your customer effectively pay for this his or herself by factoring the cost of this insurance into how much you charge them for this vehicle. Aside from this, you will need to look into more general business insurance policies, including product liability insurance, public liability insurance, employer's liability insurance if you hire staff. The BVRLA recommends the following insurance providers as ones which specialize in providing cover for car rental and leasing business: Arthur J. Galler Insurance Brokers, MNP Insurance Solutions, MS Automotives London, Rival Insurance, Sentinel Insurance Solutions. Okay, after choosing a right insurance, then we move forward to right business plan. You have to write a great business plan. Write a car hire business plan. This is a car hire business plan. No business comes without its challenges, and it's vital that you leave no stone unturned when it comes to identifying potential roadblocks and costs, as well as making financial predictions and planning for growth. Writing a business plan can help you do this and might well prove very valuable. Okay, the next step is decide your pricing. It goes without saying that the prices you choose to rent, lease your vehicles out all will be integral to how much profit you make. This is a difficult balance, but you have to know. You have to research your competitors, consider your cost, consider your customers, and then decide your pricing. I suggest that you choose three categories: journal, a little comfortable, and super luxury. The one you want most people to drive is the middle one. Make its price a bit above average so that you can make also profit and people can get benefit as well. Now moving on to the next step, that is name your business. Vehicle rental is a competitive, lucrative, attractive industry, so you have to be great in choosing your name. Include your area name, your own name, or there are some examples like the UK's top car leasing companies are Hippo Leasing, Lynx Car, Intelligent Car Leasing, Nationwide Vehicles Contracts. So you have to choose a right name. Name it by your own name. For example, John Car Rental or London Car Rental. You can choose these names or whatever come to your mind. This is just an idea, an example. Now moving forward, you have to register your business name. Okay, business name registry is very important. To do this, use company's house to check that the company name doesn't already exist. Decide on a company address. Don't worry, this can be your home if you do not have an official premises at. Appoint your official company director or directors. Decide on your company share structure. Register your company with company's house. Now move on to the next very important step, that is marketing. The number one thing after all steps.